This is Suspenders Unbuttoned, a podcast where friends talk with friends about TV, movies, and books.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Suspenders Unbuttoned podcast. My name is Sarah.
And I'm Julie, and we're excited to welcome singer and songwriter Tayiha. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. You are here because you have a brand new single that was just released recently, right?
Mm-hmm,
okay.
Yes.
And it's called What I Need. So tell us a little bit about this song.
Yeah, so this song's, I feel like, I've written like quite a few songs, but I feel like this one was quite personal to me. And I was definitely going through like this exact thing at that time. And it's funny because like it originally was called a completely different title and the concept was completely different. And I changed it midway through recording it with my producer because I didn't feel like I related to what I was writing about anymore. So I wrote What I Needed. And it's kind of different. It's got like an R&B sort of vibe, but also keeps that sort of pop element that I feel like I naturally like grew up listening to, and I naturally sort of just like to kind of put into my music. And then we released the music video, I think a week ago. And it's gone pretty well. It's a really cool music video. It's in all black and white, and it's kind of like a coming of age story about like these two little children, and like they're not actors. One of them's my neighbor, and one of them like is a family friend.
Love it.
And it was adorable. And working with kids is interesting. I've never worked with kids before, so. And then it kind of grows, and then we have like a little spot in the middle of the music video where it's kind of like, I wouldn't say dialogue, but it's kind of like that. And then it shows the adult version of them, and how they kind of they reconnected when they were older, and sort of how that goes. And they pretty much like, I wanted it sort of like every setting, I wanted that with the kids and also with the adults. So I wanted like that there's like a park scene, and I wanted the adults to go back to that same park. So I wanted kind of like them to relive those memories from when they were a kid. And it turned out really well, so I'm really happy with it. But yeah, the song's going quite well. It's getting a lot of good feedback, and I'm really happy with it. So yeah.
So if people wanted to watch your music video for What I Need, where would they find that?
Pretty much, you'd be able to find it everywhere. Like, I'm on all streaming platforms. I'm on like YouTube. Yeah. I'm on Instagram, and I post a lot about it on Instagram, Facebook. I have a page on Facebook, and I think I'm on Twitter as well. But I haven't been very active on it. And I'm also active on TikTok, so I shared like a little clip on TikTok. But yeah, pretty much everywhere.
Okay. Yeah. So is YouTube, can they see the whole video on YouTube?
Yes.
Right. So that's where you can find the whole music video and see that play out. How fun is that to make a music video?
It's so much fun. I feel like it's really cool to see like my song kind of be put into video form, and like because I feel like a lot of people are visual learners, so it's like when they get to see that kind of put into just a video, it's like they kind of understand my point of view more, and they understand what I wrote the song about a little bit more. Although I will say, like, some music videos that I made have been completely opposite to what I actually wrote the song about, but I feel like it sort of still has elements in it, and it's really cool to like, I get to meet a lot of new people, and I get to collaborate with a bunch of different people, and I think it's like, it's a lot less stressful than writing a song and like being in the studio, because it's just, I don't know, to me it's easier to make the music video and to just do some fun filming, and when I already have like the craft already made. But yeah, it's really fun. My videographer Connor has been really cool. He's been making my music videos since I was 14 or 15, I think. So yeah, I've been working with him, and I think I think working with people that you actually like enjoy their company is really like a good thing, and it makes it fun on set, and it makes it fun when we're like collaborating with ideas and like just sharing ideas, and like pretty much I just say what I'm thinking for it and he puts it into video form. So it's nice to see like what's going on in my mind kind of be created in like almost like a film. So yeah.
How long does that take you to do? Like, how long does the video, the whole process of it take?
We usually put about like 2, maybe 3 days of filming. I like to like kind of keep the locations around where I live, so I can just like, you know, if I'm doing like some like personal like lip syncing here, like if for what I needed, all the video of like me lip syncing my own song is like right next door to my room. So, and then the park and the beach in the music video is like in my suburb, so right where I live. So I like to keep it kind of local, so we get like less days of filming, and we can kind of push everything out. And yeah, I mean, it just worked out really well. Like Connor doesn't live that far from me, and the you know the actors, they don't live that far from me, and obviously my neighbor. So it kind of just all works out. And but yeah, I feel like editing wise, like maybe like a week or two, just sort of getting everything together, and then we obviously get a teaser, a little trailer, and yeah, but it doesn't take that long, so which is nice.
Super fun. Now, compare that. You said like writing is a little more of a process. Tell us a little bit about your writing process.
It's, I mean, I write completely on my piano here.
Okay.
Sometimes on my guitar, but it's just kind of like coming up with a melody and then figuring out what I'm going through at that time that I want to write about, because I don't like writing songs that I won't relate to in like a few months that I put it out, because when I think about it, I'm writing this now and I'm gonna relate to it now, or but I could feel completely different when I'm putting it out. So I want, when I make, you know, music videos and when I put it out, I want to still have that emotion. So yeah, just figuring out what I'm going through, and even like putting myself in other people's sort of shoes, and you know, writing about their lives. And I've done that so many times, and even with like songs I've released, I've done that so many times. And then yeah, just getting a bunch of lyrics together. It's just kind of something like, I feel like a lot of artists relate to this, but it's like it's kind of just a natural thing that happens. You know what I mean? I can't really explain how it happens. It just does. But and then my producer Stuart, we kind of work together in the studio, and I'm actually like in the studio like last week and this week, so I'm working on some new singles.
Awesome.
And we've gotten all the tracks together, we've gotten most of the main vocals, and we just have a few little things to do. But this kind of set coming round is really cool in my opinion, and I think it's a lot more like mature, and it's a lot more I don't know, just that's how I'd explain it, like mature, like you know, I feel like I'm growing up, obviously, like I'm only 17, so I feel like obviously you can see like my evolution with my music, and I'm really happy with how this kind of set is coming along. And I feel like I'm sort of diving into like very different sort of genres, and trying out new things, and it's very different to what I've written before, and I'm really happy with it. And a lot of the references that I've, you know, a lot of the songs I've been listening to recently are very different to what I've written before. So it's really cool. I don't think people are going to be expecting a lot of it, but I think that's nice. I don't want to be like predictable almost with my music, because I'm still figuring out what I want to do with it. I'm still figuring out like what genre I sort of want to be in, and just like I'm just playing around with it. I'm just playing around with my music, and I'm, you know, as I grow old, and that's just, yeah, you can kind of see that in like all of the music that I've made. So yeah.
Wow. You mentioned you're only 17, which is incredible. That I mean, you've put out such great work already. When did you start singing and songwriting, or when did you know that that's what you wanted to do?
I started like performing when I was like 6 years old, so it's just kind of been something that I've always been doing. Like my parents said that I've been singing before I could talk, and I think I remember I forced my mum to like take me to piano lessons, and yeah, and then I wrote my first song when I was 8, and performed that, and it had like a little rap in it, which was kind of cool, but yeah, it was really cute. But
Very on point for the time.
I listened to a lot of rap music as well growing up, so I
Yes.
think I was just influenced by all sides.
Yes.
Right.
But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, I've just always kind of been something I've been into, and it's honestly been the only thing I'm like really good at. You know, I've tried other things and I've tried to be like good at other things, but I feel like music is kind of where I'm supposed to be, and it's just like
Yeah.
when you know that you're supposed to be doing something, like that's what you're supposed to be doing, and you know that, and I feel like that's how I felt with music, and ever since I was a kid. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So who are some of the artists that have influenced you the most?
I would say like Alicia Keys and Ellie Goulding, even like Thomas Rhett. I listen to a lot of I listen to a bunch of different music. Yeah, so I feel like, well, Ellie Goulding was like my first ever vinyl that I got, so she influenced me with like sort of like the techno, almost like EDM kid vibe.
Okay.
But Thomas Rhett, yeah, like I'll switch to like country music in my car, so it's very different. And then like I'll listen to like Backstreet Boys and like really old bands, and
Really
I
old.
listen to a lot of 80s music.
I
Old
got the
bands
80s
for
music
me.
rocking behind me.
Oh.
I got a little Pat Benatar and Journey.
But even like Whitney Houston, I really
Oh,
liked
so
Whitney
good.
Houston growing up. Yeah.
So good.
I feel like if I had to like choose someone to like meet with, that like dead or alive, Whitney Houston.
Whitney
100%.
Houston. Yeah.
And then like 80s music, because my dad was big on 80s music, so like Bryan Adams and stuff.
Really good.
I think I like did a few of his covers when I was a kid, so I think they're still on
Bryan
the internet
Adams?
somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, just pretty much everything. I grew up listening to everything, so yeah.
Awesome.
Well-rounded.
Who are you listening to right now?
Yeah.
I listened to a lot of like I said, like I listened to a lot of rap music when I was a kid. I listen to a lot of rap music now, but I like to kind of listen to like underground artists. So maybe artists that people won't know, maybe. But and then I'm trying to think. I listened to a really good Bee Gees song recently. And I used to have them on my wall, actually. I used to have the Beach Boys and Bee Gees on my wall.
Perfect.
But yeah, and then just kind of whatever is like, popular, I guess. Like Lana Del Rey, she's kind of one of the references I took for one of my songs that I'm putting out soon. So yeah, I like that kind of like Florence and the Machine, like Never Let Me Go is one of my favorite songs ever. So
absolutely.
Yeah, a bunch of different artists.
A lot of it. All right, so I want to know about your music video that was featured on MTV. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so that was the Not Feeling This music video, and it was really exciting. I feel like I've watched MTV since I was a kid, like on my dad's telly, so like seeing my face on there and like was very, very cool, and I didn't expect it at all, but I think it's a really good music video as well. Like I think it's probably one of the best that we've filmed. I think it's kind of interesting. I think like there's one scene obviously where I'm like singing in like on a lake, and like I have like my microphone and I have like the whole like chord just dragging with me, and I think like that kind of like element kind of brought sort of like a rock kind of vibe, I guess. I don't know, and it kind of definitely like Not Feeling This as a song kind of has that vibe to it, and I feel like yeah, it's like, so one of the scenes is like a party scene, and I'm kind of like very lonely at a party, and so that was filmed at my house, and it was just a very cool like setting. Like the
Mhm.
whole setup was very cool, and it was really nice to film. A lot of my friends were in it, so
Mm.
that was kind of the first time like my friends were in a music video. So I think that was cool for me and also them. But
Right.
yeah, I didn't expect it at all. But hopefully I get a few other music videos on MTV in the future. But yeah, it was really cool. It's just like I think Connor was also really proud of that, and I saw like all his posts on his Instagram and stuff about it, and it's just nice. Like it's just nice to kind of see something that you put hard work into, kind of
You recognize.
yeah, almost, yeah.
Mhm.
So it was really cool.
Very cool.
I have one more question about when you're writing songs. Do you tend to
Yeah.
write like verses or choruses, or does it first?
Well, I obviously start with like the melody first. I think that's like my strong suit. Like I always have really good melodies, but writing wise, probably verses and maybe bridges as well. I feel
Oh,
like
verses and bridges. I like that.
yeah, kind of, yeah, but chorus, like I have written a few like little choruses that have been really good, but it's really difficult for me to write like a really good chorus and then like find verses that are just as good as that, because like I feel like I don't want to like have a really good chorus and then let down the rest
Right.
of the song. But yeah, I'd say like verses and bridges.
Okay. I love that. I love a good bridge. So that's super fun.
So I have here that you have a few different writing awards. So you were second place in the ACMF National Songwriting Competition for Out of Range in 2021. A top 5 finalist for the band. Wait, I lost my track. Well, you get the point. So tell
The
us.
Brisbane, but yeah.
The Brisbane, yes. Okay, sorry. And then the Queensland Music Awards for School Division. So you have a few different awards already for your writing.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that and how that's impacted your career so far.
Yeah. So I think one of the coolest awards was the songwriting one that I got, like the national one that I got for songwriting. I think mainly because I don't know, like I feel like with a lot of music, a lot of people don't look kind of into the details of lyrics anymore,
Right.
and it's really nice to sort of see someone like almost pick apart my lyrics and like the writing and see sort of like the hidden elements in it and things that, oh, like it's written about this, but like it's kind of symbolic in a way. And I feel like that was really cool to kind of like get credit for like my songwriting side of things, because yeah, it was just I feel like that's the most important thing to me. So
Right.
that was really nice. And with Queensland Music Awards, same thing. I got to perform and it was really nice, and a bunch of really cool people, and I think it was 5 girls actually, and they were all really lovely and all really talented, and yeah, it's just kind of cool to be in those environments and music environments, and to like meet other musicians, and you know, like for future collaboration, and you know, obviously like even if like I don't win an award, I still kind of get to be in those environments and get to
Yes.
meet a bunch of new people, and
Yes.
it's not always like the biggest deal to me, you know what I mean? Like it's like, okay, cool, like I got this, but and maybe I didn't like win this little competition, but it's like I feel like there's so much more that you could grab from that, you know, like I said, like meeting other people and being in the industry, and sort of just kind of like getting used to being in that environment. I feel like that's a really useful thing for a lot of artists. But yeah, the songwriting thing was very cool, and I was really proud of that. And Out of Range is a really cool song, and I feel like it's a song that I wrote about like putting your phone down and just going on a drive and just leaving the city. And because I was studying in the city for a very long time, so for like that entire year, and I was constantly going into the city on a train, and I just needed sort of like an escape, and I feel like a lot of people kind of need that sometimes, and an escape from like just like a lot like crowds and society, and just like want some time to themselves, and just want some time to like go camping, and like just kind of like, yeah, so like going, it's the music video kind of represents it as well. Like I go out west, and I'm kind of just like exploring the world, like myself, and it's like, it's really like a lot of like nature elements,
Mhm.
and I get to go to this like creek, and it was really nice, and yeah, just kind of away from the crowds. And I think that song was really cool, and I think a lot of people relate to that as well. So yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think those connections as art, like you said, they're important for artists. The awards are nice, but all the people you're connecting with and all
Mhm.
the different artists and the networking that you're
Yes.
doing.
All about networking.
Yeah, no, I can see how that would be super important. And you were able to start doing that at such a young age because of those opportunities. And I think that, and it makes you more confident when you're in those settings as
Yeah.
every time you go into
Yeah.
another one then. So
Yeah. 100%. 100%. It's all about networking, and it's all about kind of, I feel like throwing myself into like music environments, like you said, kind of built up my confidence and built up
Mhm.
sort of just being kind of surrounded by other artists. I feel like a lot of people, especially when you're young, like you get into a sort of mindset that everything's like competitive and it's all
Mhm.
about competition. And like, I guess like in some sense it can be seen that way. Like the industry is kind of very competitive, but I feel like those seeds are sort of planted in our minds, and I don't see it that way at all. And I don't see that my music has to be competitive, because
Right.
like I'm still gonna make music, you know what I mean? Like even if there's like hypothetically like competition, like that's cool, they can make their music. I just like to stay in my own lane and do my own thing, and make my music and focus on my music, and not
Mhm.
like being competitive towards other artists. I think it's kind of a very negative thing that does happen a lot in the industry, and it does happen at a lot of events, and I've definitely like experienced it, but it's just not, to me it's just not about that, and it's not
Right.
about having that competition at all. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way of looking
Yeah.
at it. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I think learning to celebrate each other's music, they
Right.
can all live next to each other and don't
Mm-hmm.
have to be one over the other. Right.
100%. And you can always learn from other people as well. Like
Right.
I like, not all my ideas are like completely original, you know what I mean? Like someone somewhere has thought of this idea before, so it's
Right.
like I'm just taking inspiration from them, and I'm taking inspiration from a lot of like underground artists and a lot of mainstream artists as well. But you can always learn from the people. Like there's so much to learn
Mhm.
from them, and learn from like their writing style and how they sort of do their things, and sort of grow your music with that.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Absolutely. So when you're not making music, what do you like to do?
Um, Pretty much everything. I like boating with my dad, and just, yeah, just like hanging out with my friends. I do a lot of like collages, and I used to have like a whole collage on my wall, and I find a lot of fun doing that. And then op shopping. So op shopping is sort of like thrift shopping. I don't know what it's
Yeah.
called in the
Yep.
States. So yeah. But I op shopped this actually,
Mhm.
and I think I have kind of an addiction to it, so it's kind of bad. But I go like every like twice every 2 weeks maybe. So it's probably not good, but it's probably not good at all. But yeah, like camping. I like camping.
Mhm.
And just sort of trying new things. Like I really love going to the beach and
Mm.
like with my friends, and I live right on the water, so it's kind of a blessing. But
Right.
yeah, it's just kind of trying new things. Like I tried to sew recently. Like I tried learning to sew. Um, it's not going too well, but I'm trying to learn
What did you
helpful
make?
things. A purse.
Okay.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I would have
It's
maybe started
alright.
with like a pillow.
Yeah, it's alright. I had a lot of help with it though, so I don't take full credit, but it was okay. But yeah, I'm trying new things, and like obviously I'm still young, so like yeah, I'm not like, I don't just do music. Like next year I'm going back to university, which is college, and I'm studying journalism, so it's kind of like completely different to
Right.
music. Kind of like the political, humanitarian side of things. Like I'm super into that.
Mhm.
And yeah, I just have a lot of like interests outside music. So yeah.
Yeah, but that type of writing
Yeah.
though, that is also very like gets your mind going and thinking
Yeah.
about what you want to say and a point of view. I actually think it's a great balance to the other
Yeah.
Yeah.
side of your music, right?
100%.
So yeah, it gives you a point of view. So it's like broadening your experiences and your foundation.
Yeah.
I actually think that's a great choice.
Yeah, but hopefully it all goes well in the future. And yeah, with obviously my studying, I'm pretty excited about it. Like it's weird though, because like I did go I graduated high school early, so I did do a diploma for sound engineering.
Okay.
And although it is kind of music based, I feel like it was quite different. Like it was the production side of things.
Right.
And
More
I kind of
technical.
wanted to do like self-production. I wanted to
Mhm.
start producing my own music and selling demos. Like that's one of my biggest goals this year, is to start selling demos for people, because I've written so many songs that
Hmm.
that I could produce a decent thing and sell, because I would never sing it. You know what I mean? I would
Right.
never put this song out for myself. And I feel like I want to start doing that. But yeah, with the whole diploma thing, I don't know. It was something new, and I wanted to try something
Mhm.
new and experiment. And even with journalism, that's what I'm doing, to experiment. And I've always wanted to do it, so we'll see. Hopefully, it goes well. But
I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. And if you don't like it, you can change. You're so young. You have the whole
Time.
world in front of you.
Yeah.
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 It's fun. So we are hoping you'll play a little game with us, and it's just
Okay.
a favorite. So basically, we're just going to ask you different. What's your favorite question?
Okay.
So,
Okay.
if you're good for that, then let's do it.
Sure.
What is your favorite movie?
The Little Prince.
Oh yeah, good.
Yes, go
Love
to.
that.
Yes,
Love that.
it's I feel like it's, I don't know, I feel like it's underrated in a sense. Like it's a very underrated animated movie.
Right?
Mm.
No, it's really good.
Yeah.
Right? No, that's a classic. It's perfect. What's your favorite comfort TV show if you're just gonna put a TV show on to just watch?
Ooh. The Big Bang Theory.
Oh yes.
A good one.
Every time.
It's a classic go to, yeah. I feel like everyone loves it. It's like,
Penny.
yeah. I
Penny.
love Dylan.
How about your favorite food? It could be healthy or a guilty pleasure or both.
Oh, I like anything Mexican, so like tacos, probably. I love Mexican food. Like I have an addiction to Mexican food. It's kind of bad, but yeah, I could eat tacos every single day.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I think everyone could.
probably. Yeah, I wouldn't blame them.
I think that qualifies as healthy and a guilty pleasure.
I think so.
Yeah, it can be healthy.
Mhm.
Tacos can be healthy.
They often are, actually.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. I'll just tell myself that. Make me feel better.
You have a favorite vacation location?
I've only ever left the country once.
Yeah.
But
Within your own country. In your own area, even. Like I have some camping spots that I love that are not very far from me.
maybe like Cedar Creek. It's like an hour away from me. Or I did go to Fiji and I had a lot of fun in Fiji.
Ooh.
So one of the two. Or maybe Harvey Bay as well. We used to live in Harvey Bay, but we moved not recently, but we had a house still up there and we sold it. So but it was really nice in Harvey Bay. Like you can see like Morton Island and from our house, and it was a really lovely view. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
those three.
Those
Sounds
also
beautiful.
lovely. Those also see all those
I know.
places sound lovely.
What about a favorite band or singer?
Oh, maybe that's so true. Lenny. I don't know. I think that's how I pronounce their name. They're like a trio,
Okay.
and they have really cool kind of songs out. And yeah, I have like all their songs saved on my playlist, so I'd say them. Yeah.
Perfect. I was gonna say, do you have so you just tried sewing, but do you have a favorite hobby or activity?
Oh, I like this is kind. I feel like this is kind of basic. I like swimming. Like
Yeah.
I have a
no.
pool, and I go in my pool every single day. So and like snorkeling and stuff. Like I've practiced my snorkeling in my pool, so that
Yeah.
next time we go on the boat, I'll be better at it. So
Well,
yeah,
I love that, actually.
yeah.
That's a perfect answer. So what show are you watching now? Like, what are you binging?
I've started the Vikings Valhalla.
Oh, we've watched that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that gal that's the lead in it. She's
yeah, but I didn't really like the Vikings though, like the because they're two different TV shows. I didn't like
no,
this one, but I really liked this one.
right.
Yeah.
So we've watched them both.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
we see them. I live in. This is like the Viking. This is a Viking land here.
Yeah. I mean, my
Scandinavians.
ancestors are Vikings, so my like dad has like we come from like the Grant clan, so he has like the Grant clan on like our opening with our door. And I'd say like Revenge, but Revenge is kind of an old show, but my mom and I used to watch it a lot.
Yeah.
Even like Pretty Little Liars.
Oh,
I used to
yeah.
watch when I was a kid,
Always good.
but I've been binging it recently, so but yeah. So this thing.
Good answers.
Gotta love streaming because there's so much that's available.
There's so much stuff. You know what I just found? Is Clarissa Explains It All. Do you remember that one, Julie?
I do not.
It's from like the early 90s. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I used to love that show.
Things come back. So you can find all of it.
It's a Melissa Joan Hart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Melissa Joan Hart. Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Old
See, I'm just too old and my kids are too young.
Yeah, you missed that. You missed out.
I missed that one. I was probably watching Blue's Clues then.
That's a good one.
Right? Steve.
Ooh.
He's always good. He's still good. Steve's still cool. Right? So your new music, you got a new song out right now. It is called
What I Needed.
What I Need. And where can people find that? Everywhere, right?
Everywhere. SoundCloud, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, pretty much. I think I've put it on literally every streaming platform, so you can find it pretty much everywhere. But yeah, if you just type in my name, it's a bit complicated to spell, but yeah, if you just type in my name, it should come up.
It's not that complicated to spell.
It's
Tayiha.
There's a lot of silent letters though. Like it's just unnecessary.
Unexpected.
It's just not necessary.
You know what? It's perfect. I work at a place where I see a lot of kids' names and there's a lot of unexpected spelling, so I didn't even flinch over this one.
It's unique.
So.
It's very unique.
I thought it was fine. I was like, seems perfect, right? Just telling you, I didn't even
no one else is gonna have it. So
right.
It's perfect. Yeah.
No.
Perfect name. Especially since what you do. So it's just
stage name. Is my name. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It sticks out. And then you're on YouTube too. We can find your video there, right?
Yes.
And then how long until your new music will come out too?
Oh, maybe like in 2 months. First 2 or 3 months, the first single might come out. I like to sort of like spread it out. So I have 3 singles that I've been working on recently, and so I like to spread it out. So like towards the start-ish of the year and towards the middle to the end, and then like the complete end of the year. So but yeah, I'll definitely keep everyone notified when I have music coming out. So yeah,
perfect. I'm sure we'll see it on Instagram and we can
post it into our stories.
Yes. Well, it was lovely to meet you. Thanks for joining us. Hang out for 1 second. We'll end the live and then we can say goodbye off screen.
All right, cool.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.